How to get SMMA clients without case studies. So I'm going to start this off with a quick story for y'all. So there were once some friends on a boat, and as they left shore, they began to put the throttle down as they were traveling to the other side of the lake to go fishing. And they had to get there quickly, and they had to get there early before it got too hot outside, because if it got too hot outside, they weren't going to be able to catch any fish. And slowly, as they put the throttle down, the boat sped up. But then it wouldn't go any faster. So the driver put the throttle all the way down, and nothing happened. At this pace, they were not going to make it to their fishing spot in time. And so they stopped the boat, and they tried to figure out what was wrong. And as they checked the engine, they found 20 45-pound plates. So they chucked the plates in the water, and they tried again. And sure enough, they flew to their fishing spot. Now, these weights were causing unnecessary drag. They made it significantly harder for them to reach the goal. Now, selling without case studies is like driving a boat with weights in it, but it doesn't have to be. And in this video, I'm going to show you how Emery Britt, a 27-year-old kid from the USA who almost died in a motorcycle, then got laid off from his corporate job, but wanted to start living a life he was proud of, started an email marketing agency, and hit 5 clients in 21 days. Or Wyatt, an 18-year-old from the USA who tried SMMA for months and got 0 results, but needed to make money to fund his SMMA career. So he chose a niche that he was passionate about, followed this framework, and signed 3 clients in 24 hours. Or Ian Sinkovich from the USA again, who started an SMMA to hopefully be able to quit school, but he ended up following the mousetrap framework. He took off and landed 6 clients in 1 month, and now he has since dropped out of school. Or Matt Dean from the UK, who failed at SMMA for 6 months, but he had 1 year to make this thing work, or he had to go back to school. But he cut the BS, focused on what worked, focused what I'm going to talk to you guys about in this video, and now he has 7 clients, including the major hotel brand Hilton. So all of this happened without them having a single case study. Now, real quick, if you're making less than 100K a year, I'm down to scale you to 100K fast, so we can potentially partner one day. Or if you want to join 1,500 ambitious SMMA owners and get free Q&A calls, courses, and more, check the links out in the description. We have resources for both of those. Now, in order to sign SMMA clients without case studies, you need 3 core elements. Number 1, you need proper positioning. If you do not have a case study, you are not an expert. I'll say it again. If you do not have a case study, you are not an expert, right? The reason people are experts is because they have a track record of success. If you don't have a track record of success, you are not an expert. And if you try and pretend that you are an expert, you're going to lose trust with prospects. If you can't answer the question, oh, well, who have you done this for in the past? You are not an expert. So if you were to look at this as a totem pole, this is where you stand on the totem pole, at the very bottom. You have to understand that. You have to realize that. All these guys who found massive success with their SMMA without case studies understood that they were at the bottom of the totem pole, and they embraced it. Now, when I first started my agency, I tried to tell everybody that I was the #1 agency in my city. And after months of failure, I switched my messaging to an 18-year-old entrepreneur who was just trying to start his business and to network with people and wanted to provide value to others. This alone 3x my business. I literally set up 1 Facebook ad, I spent $100 on it, and I got like 20 clients from it. And the gist of the Facebook ad was I'm an 18-year-old kid from Vancouver who wants to grow my business. I understood where I sat on the totem pole, and I embraced it, and I told my story. So step number 1 is to be honest about your positioning and tell your story when you are communicating with leads. You need people to believe in you, not your system. Because your system hasn't been proven. Your system has no story, but you do. Okay. The second thing is niche resonation. So when Wyatt first started with SMMA, he tried the med spa niche. And after months of failure, he quit SMMA and went back to his normal life. But then Wyatt needed to make money to fund his MMA career. So he talked to my business partner, Alex, and he got some advice. Alex told him to try SMMA for MMA gyms since he literally knows everything about the industry. Wyatt listened and signed 3 clients in 24 hours. It was like talking to a friend on my sales calls, is what Wyatt said, right? How much easier would it be for you to sell to somebody if you knew everything about their business and their industry and the problems that they were solving, right? And that is why niche resonation is so important, okay? So when you're trying to decide what niche do I resonate with, look at past jobs that you have. Look at jobs that maybe people in your family work. Look at hobbies that you have, experiences that you have been through, right? I strongly encourage you to not go and decide, oh, which niche is the highest ticket price? Because that doesn't matter if you can't get any clients, okay? If you cannot answer the, why should my niche trust me? You should switch, okay? And instead choose something that you actually resonate with, because it will dramatically increase trust as you'll have real stories to share. Figure this, okay? Who is more likely to get a client? Wyatt saying, hey, I'm an MMA fighter myself, and I wanted to start a marketing business to help grow the sport. Or the 18th person of the day saying, I will guarantee you 20 new members using my system. Right? Who do you think an SMMA owner would rather have a conversation with? Yet another person guaranteeing 20 appointments, or Wyatt, the MMA fighter himself who wants to start a marketing business to help grow the sport? Who do you think has a better story? Who do you think stands out in the marketplace? It's Wyatt. Okay. Number 3 is a justifiable offer. Whenever he first started his SMMA, he made a big, bold claim. But without a case study, nobody believed him. So then he offered to work for free to try and get that case study. But he positioned it as, hey, let me work for free. And people associated free with a waste of their time. And on his 3rd attempt, he offered to work for free in exchange for non-monetary support back, such as testimonials, referrals, etc. And 3 weeks later, he had 5 clients. Nobody believes your 20 appointments guaranteed offer unless you have case studies to back it up. And when you pitch working for free, they'll assume that you suck. So instead, you want to offer to work in exchange for something of value. So to recap, in order to sign SMMA offers without case studies, you must first position yourself correctly. Understand that you are at the bottom of the totem pole, tell your story, be honest, be authentic, and sell you as an individual as to trying to sell your system. Number 2, choose a niche that you resonate with. Okay, don't go and pick some random niche that you think has a high ticket price so you can selfishly make a lot of money. Instead, go into an industry that you actually understand, that you can actually have conversations with and actually help the people that you are serving. And then number 3 is to make a justifiable offer. It's not justified for you to offer 20 appointments and guaranteed when you've never done it before. And it's also not really justified for you to work for free for the sake of working for free, because people will assume that there's a catch, or people will assume that you suck. So that is how you sign SMMA clients without having case studies. I hope that with the short amount of time that you invested into watching this video, you got at least 10x the value in return. And if so, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button. And whether you do or you don't, I'm sure I will see you once again here on YouTube.